Hey everybody, welcome to Shop Review and Tips. I'm going to review a few online stores shared by business owners and try to give as much value and tips I can based on my almost decade-long marketing experience. I'm Xavier, I'm the Chief Growth Officer at Ad360, which sponsors this video. More on that later. So let's jump right into it. So I've looked at shops shared on this subreddit Shopify community. That's really good. If you're running a business, you want to find like-minded people, find help or feedback, it's a great place to go. So I've been on this Promote Your Shopify Business weekly post where people are sharing their own websites, hoping to get help or feedback and tips. And so I'm happy to go through that and give a few tips. So let's start with Nowhere Games. So my wife and I recently launched Swift long-lasting deodorant for clothes. So I'm not going to go and read everything. I'll put the links below in the comments so you can go and read. But I'm going to go and briefly go through the websites. I've seen them before, so I'm going to try and keep this video short. I have a few things I noted for each website to talk about. So firstly, the branding is amazing. Love the uniqueness of the brand, colors, images. That's really nice. I love the animations and everything is really neat from a branding perspective. I would say on this homepage, one thing that lacks is firstly a bit more information about the product. So besides the image here and a few benefits or features that you have here, you don't really have that much information. Like what you shared in your post is super interesting about your research breakthrough at University of Tokyo and some of the benefits of the product. That doesn't really appear here on the homepage. So I think you could definitely add one more section here with more call to actions. So call to action is a button like this with shop now or read more or, see the product. Something that, prompts user to go and look at the product. Because if I scroll down, I'm here and I don't really know where to go from that. It's quite unnatural to have to scroll back up to look at the product and click on shop now. And the second piece of advice I'd like to give you is I noticed you don't have Google Analytics on this page. So I'm using a Chrome extension here, grocery. I'm not blocking anything. I'm just using it to look at trackers. So I see you have Yahoo Analytics, which you have on the homepage, but I looked before the product page and there you have Google Analytics. So I would definitely recommend whichever analytics system you use, but to use one and be consistent with it. You want to have the same one on all pages of your website so that you can see where people go from one page to the other. You can track the entire journey in your website. You want to see how long they stay on your website, which pages they go to, if they get lost in the homepage and never get to the product. That's something you want to know. So I definitely recommend you use analytics all over your website and be consistent with it, regardless of the solution you actually choose. And the second thing I noticed is you don't have any conversion pixel or any conversion tracking code. So if you don't know what this is, I recommend you stay until the end of the video. I will explain how you can book a call with me. I'd be happy to explain in more details. But basically, conversion pixels or tracking codes help you know when customers take actions on your website, like looking at the product, adding a product to the cart, going to the payment page and confirming payment. You want to know at each step of the way where people are and possibly where they fall through and don't go to the next step. And you want to show ads to people based on what they've done on your website before and which products they looked at. So that's quite important. So let's go on to the next one. So the next one is Shop Janessa. So happy new year to you too, Flaky Ratio. A super cool brand. Love the brand and the story, named after your daughter. That's really nice, and wish you a lot of blessings and sales too for this year. And by the way, love the Welcome 20 code for the Reddit community. That's super cool. Thanks for sharing that. So let's look at your website. So I had a quick look before. So it's really neat. It's really clean. I like the design. It's very visual, which of course it's a great idea for a visual brand like you with beautiful physical products like this jewelry you make. It's really cool. I love it. The reviews are great. So it's really cool. One thing I noticed right away on the website is a few technical problems. Like here, there's a missing favicon. You see, this is the default Chrome icon. This is not your brand icon. And so that's a bummer. It doesn't give a sense of, thorough branding and doesn't give a lot of confidence in the brand, which is a shame because the website is really beautiful and the products are too. And also problem with the title. You see, you have Shop Janissa twice, which is a shame because here you could say something a bit more interesting or add a bit more information like accessories or jewelry or something else. And that's the same actually if you go to Google. If you just type your business name, here you see, so you have these two, which is the page title. You could use that space to say something a bit more to the point, to describe what you're doing. And like you see on Instagram, that's great. You have fashion accessories, so you tell already a bit more. We know what to expect. Here it's just twice the same. And same for the description below. So this text, I think that's the About Us text, which is at the bottom of your page, which is really good in your website, and it's really neat that we get to know you a bit better, but it's not really adapted as the first text that gets up here, because it doesn't really say anything in these first two lines. We don't really even know that you're doing accessories and jewelry, so it's really a shame. I think you could do a lot better in terms of conveying more information. So these are small details to fix, so that's the good news. The rest is really nice on the website. So let me show you right away how you can fix this favicon issue on your website. So if you go to Shopify, so this is the admin panel, you go to the sales channel, the online store, and the themes, and then you click on customize. So online store, themes, customize, and here on the bottom left corner you see you have, let me move my head, you have theme settings. If I click here, then on the right panel I have favicon. Okay, so you go to online store, themes, theme settings, and here favicon, and here you can change the icon. So here this is a business logo, and if I go to this store, which is our merch store, you see the favicon here is our logo. So hopefully that helped. I think you can also increase the size of this logo here. There's too much white space around, and if you do that, it'll be a much better in terms of user experience on Google. When they're searching for your website, it will increase your SEO, so you'll be more easily found and better ranked, and you'll get more organic traffic. So I think that's really good. In terms of advertising, I see you're doing things very thoroughly, so you definitely know what you're doing, so that's great. I can see, as I said earlier, for Swift, and contrary to them, you have some conversion pixels, remarketing pixel, custom audience, and different platforms, so you definitely know what you're doing. That's great. One thing I noticed is I don't think you have any system to show ads to users anywhere on the web or in apps, so I would definitely recommend, if you're interested, to contact me. If you want to have a chat, I'd be happy to show you how you can easily start advertising for users anywhere on the web, even if they're not on Google, Facebook, or Snapchat. You can show them ads anywhere, especially if they've been on your website before, they looked at your product. You can, retarget to show ads only to these people who are the most likely to buy from your shop. So feel free to reach out. Okay, let's get on to the next one. So Senderisto, we make a travel backpack. So that's really cool. I like also the Redditors discount. That's really neat. Okay, so let's take a look. So here, so title is nice. The favicon is here. So technical side, it's really good. It's really cool. Very, very visual. We see a lot of information. So As I said earlier, maybe if the Swift business is looking here, you can take a look at the Sunday Risto website. They have a lot more info about the product right on the homepage. That's something I like very much. We have a lot of images, a lot of text. We see the product in multiple settings, so that's really good. Gives us more info, and that definitely makes me want to learn more and see the product and click on buy now. So that's really cool. One thing I would advise you is to have more call to actions. So you have one here at the bottom, which is good, and you have one in the top bar, this fixed bar. And but it's kind of hard to see, to be honest. The first time I looked through the website, I actually didn't notice it. It's not a very flashy color, so it's hard to notice. And it's not very natural when you're scrolling down and your site is going from like a Z like this, from image to text to image to text. It's kind of unnatural to go look back up on the top bar to click on buy now. So I would definitely add more call to actions. So maybe between each sections, and sometimes here when you have some more text, maybe not every section, but once in a while I would add a button like buy now, or learn more, or see product, or something like that. I would add more details, and I think by doing that you're going to increase the conversion rate of your page, of your homepage, tremendously. I think that's the one tip I think is the easiest to apply and that has the most impact on conversion rate, is simply add more call to actions, more buttons on the page. And lastly, second tip of advice, like Swift, the first website we looked at, I don't think you have any conversion tracking pixels, so you're not really looking at actions taken by users on your website, like when they're clicking on a certain button. And that's a shame, because it prevents you from showing retargeting ads to people, for example, people that have been to this page and then leave. And these people are already brand aware, they know you exist, they're product aware, they know your product, they know what it does, and maybe they just had to left because something happened, they got a call, they had to do something else, they didn't have the money right away. There can be numerous reasons. And if people leave your website here and you can't show ads to just these people because you don't have these tracking pixels. So if you want to learn more about how to do this, I definitely recommend you go to this page. So I will put a link in the comment below this video, and you'll see how you can use Ad360 to grow your store sales. So Ad360 is an app you can download on the Shopify App Store. We make it easy to manage all your advertising in one place. So even if ads run in multiple different systems like Google, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and many more, you can manage all of them in one place in your Shopify admin panel from this Ad360 app. And we've also made it incredibly easy to start retargeting users. So showing ads anywhere on the web, on any website, in any mobile app, to the specific users that have been on your website, that have looked at your product, but that haven't purchased yet. So we want to make it super easy to grow your sales. These customers are the most likely to buy, and advertising for them specifically is much cheaper than trying to convert a cold audience. It's much cheaper, much more efficient, and you'll get more sales for less money, so you'll get a much higher return on ad spend if you do retargeting ads. If you want to learn more, you can book a demo. I'll show you how it works, and I'll give you a free audit if you install the app, and we'll go in much more detail than what I've done in this video, and we'll go through all your marketing strategy and advertising channels and what you can do better to increase your sales. So hope to see you soon. If you want your store to be reviewed, feel free to put a comment with your story and some more info about your business and a link to your website. I'd be happy to review your store. Thank you. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.